such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This. I am your host, Pastor James Pittman. Have a very, very interesting story to go over. It's the big brouhaha within evangelical circles. Pope Francis calls for new supranational authorities to enforce UN goals. This is from the LifeSite State. I want to read a little bit in the article and then talk about the ramifications of what is going on. It's called, again, the article is called Pope Francis Calls for New Supernatural Authorities to Enforce UN Goal. Here it is, May 2nd. It was written on May 2nd. It comes from Rome. And again, the LifeSite News is the website. You can go there. It's on our Facebook page. Just want to read a few sentences here. Pope Francis made a strong new push for globalism on Thursday, calling for a supranational, legally constituted body to enforce United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and implement climate change policies. Speaking to members of the Pontifical Academy of Social Sciences in the Vatican's Apostolic Palace, the Pope said, when a supranational common good is clearly identified, there is need for a special legally constituted authority capable of facilitating its implementation. Thinking of the great contemporary challenges of climate change, new slavery and peace, he told members of the Pontifical Academy, who are meeting this week at the Vatican for a preliminary session themed Nation State. So here's what the Pope is doing. He's stepping on the scene. He's saying, you know what, we have some problems that have global significance. We've got what he's deeming as new slavery. That's interesting once you flush that out. I don't think he did just yet. But new slavery, climate change, immigration, and the way the world is constituted now, it's not good enough because it's not able to deal with these issues. So we need something that's going to rise above the sovereignty of each nation and enforce these UN rules. Get the point? I want to read the actual transcript translated from Italian to Spanish. Just the first paragraph. Watch. Dear brothers and sisters, this is Pope Francis. This is a transcript of his address. Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you and thank your president, Professor Stefano Zemagni, for his kind words and for accepting to preside over the Pontifical Academy of Social Sciences. Also, this year you have chosen to discuss an issue of permanent relevance. Unfortunately, we have before our eyes situations in which some nation states implement their relations in a spirit more of opposition than of cooperation. Moreover, it must be noted that the borders of states do not always coincide with the demarcations of homogeneous populations, and that many tensions come from an excessive claim to sovereignty by states, often precisely in areas where they are no longer able to act efficiently to protect the common good. They can no longer act efficiently to protect the common good. Right before that, demarcations of homogeneous populations, and that many tensions come Many tensions. What are the tensions? Many tensions come from an excessive claim to sovereignty by states. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's globalism, articulated by the Roman pontiff, the Pope. That now the assault on the sovereignty of states has now begun from the world. I expected that from China or Russia or ISIS or something. The attack on the concept of sovereign states, the attack on the right for the United States to act in the best interests of the United States on a global scale has not come from China, Russia, ISIS. It's come from the Pope. And now you will see in the coming months and years, I don't believe decades, I believe years, it's going to be an assault on the sovereignty of states, and globalism is about to come full force. Sovereign states, you have no right to be sovereign.
For such a time as this.